Okay guys, now I'm going to tell you about the little tricks I learned while using this incubator. Let's go. Hey guys, so sorry for the noise. That is my last chicken that just hatched from my incubator. Now I was asked to film a quick tutorial or intro type thing on how to use this incubator. Now, many people choose different things, and this is just how I found it the easiest. This is my second incubation with this. The last time I didn't have such good hatch fertile rates. A lot of them weren't fertile, but a lot of them did hatch, and this time I had 100% hatch rate. I'm going to be showing you some things I use and how to use it. So let's get right on the video. Okay guys, so here's my little area in my closet of my incubation area. Now I'm going to be doing this in 3 parts of this video. So I'm going to do 1 to 18 days. So what you do between 1 and 18, and second part is going to be the last 3 days, and the third part is going to be my tips and tricks. So let's get on with the video. So from day 1 to day 18, you want to keep your incubator. Of course, my incubator is on the very last day, and I'm just waiting for that chicken to get all fluffy to take him out or her out. Now, from day 1 to 18, you want to keep your incubator in this. Oops, I dropped my. I'll tell you about my thermometers in a bit. So you want to keep it in there. I've seen a lot of people not have this on their incubator. And keeping this on helps hold the humidity in and hold the temperature in. I tried it without it, and it was hard to keep the humidity and temperature. So I keep it in there. It's been really helpful. I find it works great if you just keep it in there. I keep it in for 18 days and a bit until they start hatching. And once they start hatching, I take it out and put it like this. Now, it's a bit hard to see, so this is what I did. I kind of makeshift it to what I like. Of course, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to cut this. This is my preference. So you open it up. This is the piece I cut. I cut it here and here, and then I put a piece of really thick tape that's been holding for this incubation and last incubation. And I put a piece of duct tape on this side. And this helps me get a better view of everything. So I found that very helpful. Next, and then you can just shut it up and close it. Now you want to be careful, because if you have any string like this, it's really hard to keep the humidity. As you can see, I have little indents with my thermometers. So you got to be careful that you close it right. This is all thermometers, little wires. So you want to be careful to not open it and have it still open, because wires can get stuck. But if you have one that you want to put in there, then you can, and you can just do that. The only problem I found with that is that when your eggs roll, because they are on an automatic roller, as you can see, the yellow, which I'll get into right now, the yellow little thing is where you put your, and get them for you, the thing right there is what you want to put your rollers on. And these rollers are going to roll your eggs. So they look like this. They have little divots all in here. Here, let me try to get a better view. Oh, sorry. Little divots. As you can see, I put a smiley face so that I can see if they're turning or not. So when they're turning, it'll slowly turn. You would think that it would go really fast, but no, it does not go really fast. It actually goes it takes a while. It takes around 90 seconds for it to fully turn. And then you put it right on the back like that. right in. And then it will, right on there, there's like a little spot here, as you can see right there. Here, I'll help you 1 minute. As you can see right there, there's a little pocket here and a little pocket here. And there's the baby chick that I just hatched. So, as you can see, there's a lot of shells in there. I don't open it for unnecessary purposes. I only open it to take the chicks out because I am scared they're going to peck at them, at the others. And that has happened to me before, where they almost peck them, that they're hurting each other really badly. They don't understand that they're actually hurting them. So, anyway, now we're moving on to keeping the inside the incubator. So from day 1 to 18, this is when you're going to candle your eggs. Of course, from day 1 to day 4, you want to leave your eggs in. These are some of the most important days. This is when the heart, the feet, the face get start growing. I also found that when I put my eggs on the rollers, some of them didn't roll all the way. I didn't have any problems with anyone yet, but I found if you just give them a quick turnaround, and sometimes they all bunched up in the front, so it's helpful if you give them a quick turn and a switch. That's what I found helped me the best. So now you want to put this in first, then your rollers, and then the eggs on top. Now, this incubator is nice because you can have quail, chicken, turkey, peacock, eggs, which is very nice because you can have all different assortments of eggs and others if you wanted to. Oh, and duck. Now, there's 2 little areas for water. One here that I've been using because this goes all the way around the incubator, and then one here that I put this little pack that I'll tell you about from the last 2 days. So now we're going to move on to the thermometers that I use. So it's nice because they send me this little spray bottle, and this little squeeze bottle that you can fill up as shown here. Although it doesn't really have, it just has 20, 60, and 100. So I don't know if that's milliliters or I don't know really how much water or anything that this water has. It just has 20, 60, 100 and little lines. So anyway, now I'm going to move on to my thermometers and hydrometers. Now I have around 6 thermometers. I took out this one reptile one that's orange that I'll show soon, and I took that for my my brooder to make sure the light's good. So I have one here that does my air outside the incubator, the temperature inside, and the temperature outside. So this is nice because then you know what's different. Of course, be careful because a lot of temperature gauges are wrong. That's what happened to mine the one time. So you want to be careful. Now I have this right here, that one right here. These two do the humidity and temperature in Celsius, humidity and temperature in Celsius, and this one here does the same, these two here. These are both from the same company, although it was nice because they were $18 for all 4, so they all read almost the same except the temperature on this one. This one's a bit different, but around the same. Of course, this incubator does have cold spots and hot spots, so you have to be careful. And that's why I have them all in different areas. As you can see, there's one here, there's one over there, and there's one over there, and one here. So, now that I have the temperature done, I want to tell you about the temperature gauge. So this is where you're going to be making sure highering the temperature and lowering the temperature, and the rollers here and the light. Now I'm going to show you how to set up your light. So here is setting up your light. It's pretty simple. This is for a candling light. This is to candle your eggs to see if you have any candling. If you need anything on candling, I have done some candling videos. So, to set your incubator higher, or get your humidity, or to get your temperature up, you press set plus, and it brings your your temperature up more. And then you press set, and that's it, to set it into that. And then if you want to lower it, you just press set minus, and then set again. And you can tell that, see how it goes under? This means that it's heating back up. Now, if I were to take this off, this light would go off and saying it's too cold, or if this gets too hot, it'll start saying it's too hot. This little button shows a little dot and a roll arrows around it, show that the egg is rolling. The egg turners are rolling. And then you just press plus again. Of course, it does come with instructions, but I found the instructions were a bit hard to read. Okay, now that I have the first 1 to 18 days done, I'm going to tell you about the temperature and the humidity. These are for my last 3 days, so they're a bit higher, so you want them a different temperature. So throughout 1 to 18 days, you want your humidity at 45%, and you want your temperature at 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit, and I think it's 37.5 Celsius, around there. So of course it's going to depend on your location, the environment, and the air quality that you're in. You don't want to, I found it really hard in the summer with high humidity, and really hard to keep my humidity up in the winter here in Canada. So that's how I've been doing it. My last incubation, I got almost all my eggs that were fertile. And this incubation, I got 100% hatch rate, so I'm very happy. I don't know about the duck because I had to hatch a duck with chickens, which is, I haven't seen much videos on it, so it was really hard for me. Now you can see those wires. There's wire there, and there's that little white thing right there. If you can see it, guys. Sorry if you can't. I just don't want to open my incubator because I have a chicken in it. This little girl. I don't know if it's a girl yet. But you can see I have my little thing. Of course, I am just waiting because I have to keep my duck egg turning. So that's why I still have that up. Now, that's to keep, so you want to attach that or else they will not turn. Okay, now that I have, I think, 1 to 18 days complete, you now are on your last 3 days. So this is from day 19 to 20 to 21. Now, this little guy hatched on day 25, which is crazy. So this is 6 days after the time it is supposed to hatch. Of course, every egg is different and every chicken's different, so some take more, some take less, depending on the breed. So you want to make sure you give them enough time that you know they're sadly passed away or it's not fertile or something happened. So you want to be careful, because I had this guy hatch on day 25, which is crazy. I haven't had that long of a time to hatch them. Okay, so now moving on to day 18, you want to take out all your rollers. Of course, I have 2 rollers because I'm rolling my duck egg again. Now you want to take out all your rollers and keep the mat in. And then you want to place the eggs on top. Now stay till the end of the video, because I have some tips and tricks that will help you with this incubator a lot. And it has saved me countless hours of stress. Now, there's 2 little holes you can pick from to put your water. I choose this one because this one goes around the incubator. Now, as you can see, almost all the eggs have hatched. There's not a lot of room in this incubator, so you want to make sure you have as much room as you can. I found this was okay. I also kept the incubator in the little styrofoam box till I seen hatching. Then I took it out. And then I left it. Then I left it like this, and I kept a towel around it so that it kept it warm. I also put duct tape around the edges. This helped to seal any heat or humidity trying to escape from the incubator. It has kept my thing up high. Of course, it's hard because these do get unsticky, which is difficult, but they do start to hatch. They do start to work. You might just have to take some new duct tape, or if you have some kind of silicone rubber piece or sticky stuff, you can tape it all along here. You just have to make sure that there's no holes. That's how I find it kept the humidity if you wanted to watch them hatch. And from the last 3 days, you want to keep yours around, of course mine's a little further down because the chicken's moving around and sucking in the humidity, but you want to keep yours around 65% humidity, and the temperature you want at 37.5 Celsius, aka 99.5 Fahrenheit, for the last 3 days and onward, depending on how long your chickens take to hatch. Of course, some take longer, some take shorter. I had my last incubation, one hatched on day 19, and this incubation, they all hatched around 20 to now 25, as this chicken is in there on day 25. So it's quite a long ways. So now I have all of them up, and as you can see, they're all a little bit different, which means there's hot spots, so you have to be careful. It's not too hot. And this little guy is sleeping. So now that I have almost all of it, explained all the days and what you should do, of course you do not want to candle and or open the incubator the last 3 days, because these last 3 days are crucial for the chicken to soften the shell so it can come through and eat the yolk. And to fluff up and not get cold. Now, so of course I already told you about the duct tape. I found this is very helpful. If you can see in here, I have this little packet. I'll put in. There is a humidity pack. This is used a lot for cigars to keep them fresh. Now I have a 65% humidity pack that keeps my humidity up, and it's nice, although it can take a little bit to get up there. As soon as it's up there, it usually stays around that temp, which is very nice. I put my water in this one and keep my humidity pack in this one, because you don't want to get your humidity pack wet. Now I keep it in here, the water in here, because it goes throughout the back around. This one only has a little part, so I keep my humidity pack in there. Now, another trick I learned is, it's not really a trick, but I find if you have hot, warm water in this and squirt it in, it'll bring the humidity up for a little bit longer, and it'll stay longer, longer too. I also have a hot, I closed it right now because I was filming and my siblings were up here watching it, how I had to put this away. But also, if you have a drier area, I fill this with hot water and I keep it beside my incubator, and I find it works wonders to keep the humidity up in my closet. I also find spray bottle with some spray. It just has water. All these have just water, and I use this to spray around. This helps keep the humidity up more, I find, especially during the night. Now, I find keeping organized is one of the best things you can do. So having a chart, a calendar, all that is really good to have. As you can see, oh, that little guy's on his back. Get up, little guy, get up. Get up, little guy, get up. He's going to bed. Good night. Okay, now that's how I find. I also make sure my incubator is well cleaned. When you get your incubator, you want to clean it right away. Not right away, but you want to make sure you clean it good. I like using hydrogen peroxide to clean my incubator, because you have to make sure you don't put water in here, or else it will get have problems. Because water and electric stuff and tech does not mix, especially with this. So you want to make sure you clean it well. I find this and a Q-tip and a cloth with some warm water and some soap works best. Okay, the next thing I want to tell you about is sure you're up. Now, you want to wake up at least around 3 times per night just to check on your incubator. Maybe put some more warm water in it. I find this is the best. I usually have one at 2 a.m., one at 4 a.m., and then one right in the morning. I, of course, during the incubation, have it way more. Around 7 times I wake up to make sure there's no hatching or no problems in my incubator. Of course, everyone's different, whether you want to wake up this, but I find if you want the best hatch rate, you have to put in the time. And there is pretty much it. That's pretty much it, guys. I think I told you mostly on everything, all my tips and tricks on how to keep my incubator up there and with my safe. A lot of these incubators, cheaper incubators, have little tiny things you need to switch because they're not all perfect. I also suggest that you make sure your stuff is organized and clean, because diseases and stuff can be still on thermometers. Even your fan can blow in bad stuff, so you want to make sure everything's clean. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this helps anybody who is doing this incubation and or wanting to try. I'll put down in the description below everything that I bought and where I bought them from. And I'll try to put some links. I know some stuff are sold already, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye, guys.